Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Legends of Dragaea Idle Dungeons. It's an incremental JRPG dungeon crawler e-game, and that's really all I need to know about any game to immediately be like, yes. Welcome to Legends of Dragaea Idle Dungeons. In this idle dungeon crawler, you'll set up a team of 3 to dive into dungeons for sweet loot and glory. First, we'll create your main character, choose face, race, customize the face colors to your liking. This character will represent you as the guild leader and become one of the many dungeon adventurers in your guild. Each race has their own favorite skills and experience rates, but don't let that stop you from creating a character you want. You want to be a Vulcan samurai wizard, you can. Okay. After you set up your character to your liking, you'll make your guild, pick up a name and emblem for it. After that, you can head to the tavern and recruit other party members. Cool. Okay, so what can we be? So we can be hat, cat, also cat. But, oh no, sorry. This is double tail fox. Okay, this is definitely for some people. Can I be... When it says choose color... Oh, that's the eyes. Oh, sweet. Dark eyes, heck yeah. Does that carry over? Oh no. Okay, so for them it's... Got it. What is this? Vulcan. Big hulking insectoids with a layer of thick fur around them. And... Is this... It's a turtle. It's a turtle with hair. Oh no. Why do they look like rockabilly birds? All right, what do we have for these guys? And oddly enough, the bugs are kind of cute. So max life per level 4, minimum barrier per level, or max barrier per level 0. Oh, wonder what barrier is. So swing with both hands and all your might, dealing an obscene amount of physical damage. Passive perk, chance to deal more damage whenever you use a melee ability. Chance to take 1 damage instead of the full amount from resilient. So that's kind of good. You could also do a custom face. Oh, that's fun. If I wanted to actually... I'm sorry. That guy's just too good. Okay, so I might actually be able to put something in here. Hold up. Okay, so it's not exactly a perfect face, but I have an old, like, Wanderbot laughing emoji that I'm just gonna use. So we're gonna play as the Waken. They just seem like good party leaders, hype up the entire team, restoring life and barrier equal to your overall level to the entire party. Abilities are more accurate, and chance for dungeon events to drop an additional item. That just seems kind of useful. So what do we want to do with this one? I'm assuming I get to pick some amount of stats. What does item lore do? Using items during battle. How to level up. Use the utility items. Okay. Does that just mean... Okay, so we're just level 3 and everything. Well, that works out for me. I don't think there's anything else I could mess around with. So, start adventure. Do you want to be Hero the Waken? No. I'm gonna be... Wabo the Waken. Perfect. Alright, anything else? Faces, everything's looking good. Perfect. Start an adventure. What is our name? Traders Guild, Guild of Light, Guardians, Protectors, Divers, Breakers, Merchants Guild, Breakers, Traders. Okay, there's only a couple of things. Hench? Alright, what is our emblem? Kind of like that one. Colors. Let's go with nice Wanderbot orange. There we go. That's kind of good. I could go for the bubble. Not really the Omega symbol I'm looking for. It's a little freaky. What is that thing? I have no idea. Oh, what did we have previously? Oh, it was an... You know what? Actually, this. That looks great. Okay, could do a custom guild emblem, but I think this is fine. Oh, I could have... Oh, change background. No, I think that's good enough. Alright, build your own... Oh, hi, build a guild house. Welcome to Elderton. Small village with not much in it. But because of this, it's the perfect place to set up your guild. Let's build a guild house. First click on the first empty plot. Then click on the Build Guild House button at the bottom right of the screen. Alright. So build a guild house. Does it matter where? Well, that's the Adventurers Guild. Nope, doesn't really matter, so we just build this here. Okay, build a storehouse. Need a storehouse to house the countless loot dropped from dungeons. Okay, so once again, build storehouse. And then head to the tavern. What was this one? Empty plot for a workshop. Can't do anything with that. Hire some adventurers. So, welcome to taverns where adventurers from around the world congregate to form parties with the promise of loot. Click on an adventurer, view their stats, decide if you'd like to hire them. Hiring is optional. You may forgo parties altogether and dungeon dive on your own if you choose. Huh, that could be fun. Okay, so we can see Impkin. Doesn't seem like there's a class specifically. So, unfortunately, I don't know what all these stats are exactly. So we have a Shellkin. They seem to be good with shields and heavy armor and like clubs and stuff. So sure. Grab them and let's grab this kind of mopey looking cat girl. Or fox girl, sorry. And go from there. Okay. Accept quests. So teach me a fire spell, hate these spiky things, help get my cat out of the tree, hate goblins, end them all, and hunt worm. So you pocket the quest slip and turn away from the board. You nearly trip over a little Kitkin girl, wailing her eyes out on the floor. You kneel down to console her and ask what's wrong. You're the one who can save her, right? My Angela's stuck in a tree. Her crying seemed to increase tenfold. The entire room's attention is fixed on you and the girl. Quickly reassure her that you'll get down her cat from the tree, and instantly her face beams with glee, as if the tears dried up and disappeared in a millisecond. To complete this quest, you must have a character in your roster with Lance's skill 10 or higher. When you do, finish the quest by... Okay, so we are going to Lance... Alright. What about this one? Teach me a cool fire spell. You tear the quest from the board, you hear a young voice behind you. Hey you! You turn around but don't see anyone. Down here. The gaze meets a very young Impkin boy with very fine clothing. Whoever he is, he's probably rich. You know magic, right? Papa won't let me learn it. Teach me a cool fire spell, I'll pay you with my allowance. The imp boy grins as you pocket the quest slip. He walks back to his table, waiting for you to teach him a cool fire spell. Okay, so red magic skill 10 or higher. What about these? Okay, so neither of those seem to have anything. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. So quests. Oh, okay, we already have the quests. Rank E, E+ quests. That goes all the way up to triple S. This is pretty classic. It's gonna sound goofy, but my dad's recently got big into lit RPG, light novel stuff, and he was like excitedly telling me about like dungeon levels and stuff, and I'm like, Dad, that's cute. I've been reading these novels for a decade. Oh, well, I skipped past that tutorial. Whatever, we're going to the plain caves, I'm assuming. Before entering a dungeon for that sweet, sweet loot, you have to select your desired party or three desired parties for boss encounters. Ooh, okay. Well, how do we party? Ah. I don't like the fact that I can just click and accidentally skip a tutorial. But maybe there's some way to find them again. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, utility loadout success chance. What this game needs desperately is tooltips. I want to be able to mouse over something and be like, what the heck is this? What is this button? Droppable items. Oh, dungeon upgrade. So it can increase the encounter rate, elite spawn rate, item drop rate, and experience. And dungeon monsters. Well, let's just go in. Ooh, it actually does like a simulated dungeon crawl. I love that. Okay. So I wonder if this is one of... No, I don't think this is one of those where I can like go off and do other things. Interesting, so carrying these around, giving me extra expedition power, maybe. I don't know what that was. Okay. This is one of those where I almost kind of wish I could... Oh, ambush. Okay, combat. It's a hedgehog. I see, because it was an ambush. Well, that was fast. Yeah, because it was an ambush, my guys took a little bit before they could actually take their turn. So they do have Lance Mastery. Shell up. Party is healed. Let's see. Wax scales with Staff Mastery. What is this thing? Party is blessed by the shrine. See, that's one of those where I wish I could actually see what the blessing means. But it's okay. I actually think this is charming. I love the fact that it is a simulated dungeon crawl. Even to the point where it has the, like, you're walking around in a dungeon. That's very fun to me. Obviously, it might be a little too idle long term. Okay, there goes one. We might actually want to bail after this. Or not, actually. It looks like we just heal. Ooh. Yeah, I wonder if I can change, like, my current lineup. But yeah, having Wabo be a, the Wayfarer gives us just a little bit of that extra healing. Grants white magic skill experience on loot. Or on use. Nice. Because to some degree, yeah, I want to build myself as kind of like healer tank. I'll have to look into like the functionality of it. But it's giving us a very nice amount of sustain here. So once we hit level 5, we can go up to ×2, ×2 speed, then ×3 at level 10, ×4 at level 20. I actually think this is neat. Oh, find more loot. The one thing we might want to do is bail sooner than later. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This red meter means, unfortunately. Ah, it means we're going down a level. Nope. Okay, success, failures, mastery, items acquired, Dragaea acquired, dungeon time. So party items. So what do we get? Our, whatever this stat went up by 1. Once again, really wish this had tooltip so I could just like mouse over something and be like, what is this stat again? I don't remember. Okay, and we get a whole mess of stuff. Go back to town and see what I can do with it. We also have a market. Oh, which I can buy and sell things. Okay, let's go to equipment. So I have a sword. I guess main stats, bonus stats. Do we even know what I'm good at? I could just do wear best. Bronze staff. It does give some white magic mastery. Some light bracers. So light hood, medium armor. 3, 3, and 2. So the one thing is it would give me some extra barrier, but that's it. But this cotton robe requires light armor, higher light armor. Well, the one thing is we need a lance on this guy. Do we? We don't immediately. So she got the good robes. That's fine. Light tome, offhand. So the main thing is, yeah, it requires katanas level 6. Don't know what those mean. So, It requires swords, requires katanas. So this gives a little bit of max life. 6 attack, 4 magic, and 5.5 melee delay. I think I'm going to equip this. Even if it hurts my expedition power a little bit. Okay. We haven't completed any quests, so I don't think there's much I can do. Build a store with very hurtful weapons. Okay, yeah, can't do anything with that. So we're going back to the plain caves for now. Okay, success chance has gone up. Doesn't look like there's anything else I can do at the moment. Yeah, recruit somebody else if I really wanted to. I don't think I do. Caught the enemy unaware. Ugh. Yeah, so I don't know if I specifically want my main guy to be a white mage or just kind of a partial healer. Because right now I think it just scales with level, equal to your overall level to the entire party. I do notice the delay has gotten a little shorter. Because it's every 30 seconds, but it seems like there might be some way to scale it up so it goes faster. It might have scaled with, my, like, white magic ability. Maybe. Or maybe, like, a speed stat. But yeah, we might as well let this roll for a bit. An encounter. I've been really, like, a huge sucker for dungeon crawler RPGs recently. I think that's just something kind of charming about them, but also, like, delightfully claustrophobic. Which is gonna sound weird, but, like, I like cozy games where you are in small places and can only explore so much. I think the real answer is I hate open world games so much that I want nothing to do with them anymore. And that if we have a open world of any kind, I want it to be enclosed and small. I'm looking at abiotic factors specifically. That's not really open world, it is a labyrinth. It's just a labyrinth with a decent amount of exploration in each area that you enter into. Kind of depending, some of the more recent areas I've gotten to have definitely been a little bit more limited, but still, maybe not limited, structured in a linear fashion. Oh, his max HP went back down. Probably gear that I switched. But so, as part of it, I think I've been really craving these, like, largely dungeon, like, pre-built dungeon crawler experiences. It doesn't actually have to be handcrafted necessarily, but I do prefer handcrafted. Like this, for example, obviously we're not doing anything here. We're just watching the gameplay itself. And I'm largely fine with that. I think this would be the kind of game that I put on another monitor normally. But obviously, since I don't get that opportunity here, I'm just gonna hang out and chat. But what was I going to say as part of all of this? I don't know. I enjoy the... I enjoy the feeling, oh yeah, they are scaling much faster than I am. I'm a full all-rounder, but they get experience bonuses. That's fine. Okay, looks like we're about to level up again. All we have to do is get up to level 5, and then we can boost the speed. So let's see how the goblins do. Oh. They did some real damage to Akari. I don't know what happens when a character dies. Looks like barrier comes back on its own at least, which is good. So does health, actually. So it turns out hype up is not as good as I thought it would be. Let's see. How much gold do I have? It does not say. Ooh, gold chest though. Locked without any tools, the party moves on. No. It's fine. I'll live. Yeah, mostly hoping I can just get up to a higher dungeon level so I can speed up. The one hope I can also, or my other hope for this is that I will eventually get to the point where I can send out multiple parties simultaneously. But I also recognize it would be a little tricky. Oh, maybe we can. It could be a little tricky if we run into something nasty and my party dies when I'm not paying attention to it. But it is an idler. I'm assuming there's not major consequences for characters going down. Probably. Hopefully. I'll definitely have to look into Thieves' Tools, because I think what I'm going to do is probably just train my main guy as kind of your standard all-rounder. Jack of all trades, mostly just present to help. Two fights back to back. A little punchy. I also haven't noticed any of my characters have leveled up yet. Some of their stats have been going up, but not their actual, like, level. Yeah, ambush. So we don't even get to start. Ooh. He did some damage to me. And is gone. Get another one of these frogs. I forget what the frog does. Okay, we just get a blessing. I forget what the blessing is / does. I don't know if we know. Actually. And yeah, the goblins are definitely punchier. Ooh. Blue club. Come on, let me speed this up. We're so close. Okay, now we can go double fast. Perfect. I was playing a little bit of Etrian Odyssey recently, and I was actually thinking to myself it would be interesting to see an auto Etrian Odyssey style game where you have like this big fixed dungeon. It's more about kind of managing. We have an ambush. Giant bee. Ow. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, party. Oh, so we have gotten up to level 2, except for them. So experience points vary on a character-by-character basis. That's interesting. Still, the berry goes up. They get some extra experience. That should be good. We get a bunch of stuff. I don't know how much of it is good. Okay, view accepted quests. Oh, kill 10 hedgehogs. Complete. So let's go to the market. So, Hurt Emporium. Protectives. Laborers Union. Sells materials gathered from all over Dragaea. Store for protection needs. Hurtful weapons. Sells potions. And accessories. No, let's go for the Hurt Emporium. Shop weapons. Okay, cool. So I can sell things from my inventory. And I'm just going to sell all of my common gear. Maybe it's good. Probably not. Okay, can I... No. Katana's level 6. Bronze club. What's the difference? 13. So actually, the iron club is better. This gives some barrier. But otherwise isn't very good. And that's a better staff. That's a better katana, but she can't use it. Okay, skills, main stats. The katana's is level 3. This is just at the speed that my character gains at, probably. Okay, so the rest of these are materials can be used to upgrade buildings and tier 1 equipment. Huh. I don't think any of these particularly speak to me. A life bonus? Yeah, no, I don't think we need any of these. Let's go back to world map, plain caves, enter dungeon. Main thing is, double speed makes this so much easier, so much faster. And hopefully being level 2, I mean, gives us a little bit more healing at the very least. What's the speed on this one? It's going down slow, so it must scale with one of my stats. Oh, my katana level's actually level 5. Oh. I was expecting it to be lower than that. Is there any way I can look at my stats or like interact with things here? Because I think that's the one thing I wish I could do. I think there's a lot of things I wish I could do, but I wish I could actually do some amount of like gear, equipment management, and some other things. Let's take a look at what else we have. Autosave, FPS limit, camera bob and dungeon, target. Go with lowest life. Let's see if we can just finish things out. And loot filter. I think we want to just probably keep everything. Oh, filtered items are automatically converted. I see. That's kind of useful. I don't think we want to do that now. I think we're still very much in the early game where some white equipment is actually good. Later on, not so much so. I love the trend for loot filters. That's always been kind of nice. So Path of Exile was the first major ARPG to have loot filters. I remember them in Grim Dawn, I just don't know if they were the ones to start the trend. Could have been... you know what, it probably was Diablo 3. I'll give them credit for that, I think. I don't know if they fully deserve it. No, the devs definitely deserve it. I just don't think Blizzard deserves it. I have not had the highest opinion of Blizzard over the last couple of years. Yeah, so at the very least we can make it down to the next level. Go from there. It also seems like Dungeon Mastery goes up at a fairly even clip. I don't even know if it scales. Ooh, that katana. 15 damage on a hit. Actually pretty good. Let's see. Ooh, purple katana. Let me check that. Epic. Green magic mastery, physical defense, magic find, melee crit chance, expedition power. Like, we're actually funding some pretty good stuff. I think we're gonna stick with this until we get partway through the next tier. Namely, once some of my party members start taking some real hits. That's when we want to bail. Still really wish I knew what that blessing did. Like, the tooltips don't have to pop up automatically. You could be one of those that, like, hold right-click while mousing over anything and it'll tell you. Even this one, like, I'd actually love to have the tooltips go deeper. Like, restoring life and barrier equal to your overall level. So that's good. That's easy math. But the delay is going down and I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the speed stat. And it would be really nice if I could, like, mouse over each of these. Oh yeah, see, this has it here. Power is 15, accuracy is 129. But for at least some of the skills, it would be nice. Really, it's just the delay. I really wish I knew what was scaling the delay. Oh, we took some hits there. Okay. We're not dead yet, surprisingly. And I guess what I should... Oh, no. We don't want to try... We don't want to leave, necessarily. Or, we don't want to try dying. because leaving, it's like, oh, you get to keep your items. Dying, presumably you lose some in the process. And that's actually a concern. I hate to leave. Yeah, the problem is the bee hurts. But if we can hold this for just a little bit more. There we go. Because I'd like to clear the dungeon. And we definitely need to pick up thieves' tools. I'm assuming they're a consumable item. If I'd hazard a guess. I think we can do this, unless it throws something particularly dastardly at me later. Because, yeah, Wappa's up to level 3 and heals for 3. And hopefully we'll make this fairly sustainable. Okay. Do I want to leave? Yeah. Okay, so we still get our loot. So leaving, like running away from monsters does mean you lose some stuff. So I think I lost some blue boots. But better than the party getting wiped out. Yeah, so epic tier, yeah, that's considerably better. Anything else here that's like good? No. But he's got quite a lot. We'll just throw them all on. In general, wear best seems to be kind of the way. Eventually we might play around with some things later. But at least here it's fine. Well, I guess I'm going to pick that up. View accepted quests. That's complete. This is also complete, so we get some more money. So what is the upgrade on this one? Access to the ability. Oh. Okay. Let's go shopping. Sell the bronze club. So we do have the iron katana. Might be marginally better. Okay. Is there anything here that I absolutely feel like I have to have? No. What is DR to EP? Oh, EP is, how much it helps the town. We could build some extra things. Sells potions and other utility items. That does also cost 2,000. Might let me get the chest is the one thing. Access the utilities menu. Ah. So I'm going to need some money before I can even do that. Tavern. One more table to the tavern. Workshop. Upgrade your equipments and armor. Guild upgrades. Get skill points from guild ranks to put into perk upgrades. I'm going to go for the guild house. Because abilities. Seems vaguely useful. I see. Equipped abilities, so... Oh. Well, I pretty much don't dare do anything. Yeah, because this grants red magic. So Foxfire seems to be fire, but slightly... it's faster. Slightly less accurate. We do also have Drain Life. Now, I could actually say get rid of Whack. Oh, but we wouldn't be able to get the Staff Mastery. So really, I kind of jumped the gun here. That's fine. Back to the world map. Enter dungeon times 2? Oh, dive 1 of 2. I see. So I can just queue up multiple if I want to. So if I'm like stepping away for a while, I can queue up a bunch of things. I getcha. But yeah, if I don't get extra abilities until the next level, that does limit us a little bit on what we can do. Wow. These hedgehogs came in swinging. I think it's not that bad. So really, what do we want to do? I mean, honestly, getting more things like that katana are going to be kind of handy. Getting up to 20 Dungeon Master would be incredible. I thought I saw something about upgrading dungeons. I'm going to have to look at that later. Because it might be something that I can use those, like, mastery points on. The problem is, would I ever change anything? Maybe once I've gotten past a certain amount of speed, but right now speed very much is my big limiting factor. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think this ultimately is going to be one of those that is just a little too idle for me. That I would need something going on the side. Which I can do. Like, this is entirely doable. What was that? I have no idea. Give me a second. There it is. Old Faithful. Playing an idle game? Grab Picross. Because I don't need to see what the monsters are up to. There we go. This is golden. Alright. Yeah, mostly I just need to keep an eye on for when we're on the, like, final floor, 3 out of 3, and we're getting close to the end, because we don't actually want to, can I make this even smaller? No. We don't actually want to fight the worm. The worm one-shot my caster, and I do not want to mess around with that. Let's see. I'm just going to work on the world's easiest Picross puzzles. At least for a moment. It's the moon. I don't know. This is what I do when I am playing incremental games for myself. Or not incremental ones, idles. Like anything that is an idle game. Where you're really not doing anything for long periods of time. I do just tend to bust out Picross and just put together a couple puzzles, you know, eventually get back to it. Okay, so this is 7, 8, 8, 7, 7, 8, 8, 7. Eat the book. And unfortunately, I usually skip ahead to like the harder ones on my own, but I should probably focus on these. Apparently there's like a Hatsune Miku Picross game, and I'm like just enough of a Picross slash like Nonograms fan. I would 100% pick up. Oh, damn it! The one problem is I can do a click drag and I miss, and messes with me. Yeah, I would 100% consider getting a Hatsune Miku Picross game because I don't know. I just love Picross, man. There's nothing else to it. Okay, so we're on floor 3 out of 3. So we should probably bail sooner than later. Well, not sooner than later, but soon enough. Because we do not want to fight the bad worm. And now I'm just racing to see. Can I finish this car before we leave? Sure, let's go back to this for a little bit. So, everybody's up to level 3 at this point. The bees no longer seem to be nearly as much of a danger. Akari has plenty of barrier, everything is looking good. And I can bail as soon as I see the, like, danger symbol pop up. So we've got, like, a decent amount of wiggle room here. Oh yeah, and it even tells you, like, when the boss is gonna show up. As long as I'm paying attention, and eventually, like, once we get to the point where I can fight the worm, this gets much easier. But I think we have at least one more encounter before the boss. Hoping for one more chest. Nope. Get out of here. Alright, so what items did we get? Mostly junk, a blue light hood, some white magic mastery, and some other things. Cool. I guess town equipment. Yeah, we might as well equip that. What about these? We do have a better shield. Axe mastery barrier bonus. Light armor mastery. We do have an iron lance. But no, I think we want to put that on this guy. Can we? Oh, but it's actually worse. Boy, that iron club actually is kind of nice. Red magic mastery is functionally worthless, but the rest of it is nice. Okay. And so she doesn't have anything else. Alright, so let's go back to the market. Shop weapons, sell filtered equipment. Heavy armor level 1. Okay. And an iron katana. Well, we just sell that. So we do have an iron lance here. Wish I could lock it, because that's really good. But also, I'll probably find another something like that. Okay, so go back to town. Yeah, we do not have enough quests. Accepted quests. Teach me a cool fire spell. Well, I almost have enough. Okay, what is this? Oh, we can't do the rest of these. Now, we do have Sanguir Castle, but that might be spooky. Oh. Level 0 Worm's Nest bosses. Interesting. Okay, utility loadouts. Ah, here it is. Let's go for those. Yeah, droppable items, dungeon monsters. Don't know what that is, though. Alright. And, yeah, so I knew there were upgrades that I could work with. Alright, well that goes. We're almost up to the point where I can go up to ×3 speed, which is going to give us a little bit of leeway. Let's see, if it's 9, that means it's got a 1-point swing. If you've never seen nonograms before, or Picross, it's effectively kind of I've explained this the last couple times I've played incremental games and done this, but it's effectively like a number puzzle, logic puzzle kind of game where you are effectively looking at a bunch of clues here on each of these rows. So this means that there's 9 cubes in this column that are filled in. The problem is I do not know where the 9th cube is, so it could be here or here. And until I get another clue, I won't know. That's what I call a swing. Because this is a 4, it's almost guaranteed to be down here, but I still do not like guessing. Guessing is bad. Better to find better context clues. Like this one, an 8. I know an 8 spans the middle 6 because no matter what, if it's 8 starting from here, goes all the way out, 8 starting from here, goes all the way here. Or it can span right in the middle. Let's see. So what else do we know? Well, we know since this 2 is grayed off, that this has an X on either side, it cannot be connected to more. So we can potentially use that to learn more information, like the fact that 2, 3, 2. This means that this 3 and this 3 are locked in. We can also put X's there. It just gives us some amount of basic structure to our puzzle solving, and also, once again, helps clear some basic clues. This is a 1, 3, and 3. Okay, so if I do a middle click, I would not be able to fit 1... This would not be able to be connected, because it would be like 1, 3... Yeah, it's not going to work. So the best I can do is 1, 3, and 3. Obviously, that requires a little bit of conjecture, but only some. Oh, and since this was already marked in as a 4, we would have already known that. We also know that this 2 is there and locked off. We know that this is a 6. I think it has to be in the center. Yeah. Because, yeah, 1, 6, and 1 with 2 blank spaces in between is actually a full 10. So we know for a fact that they always are this pattern. Because there's no other possible configuration, which means I can now lock off this entire side, lock off this entire side, not have to worry about it. Let's see, 1, 3, and 3. And since we know this one here, these are both 2s, this has a 1-point swing on either side, so I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see. This column is done. This has to be a 4, so that row is done. That's a 2, that's a 2. That means these are done, which means this is here, this is here. And that means the remaining 5s just go up along that side, and we got a ladybug. Probably slower than I could have solved it, but like I said, don't like guessing that much. So how's the dungeon crawling going now that we've on to tier 3? Well, we can go up to ×3 speed, which does make things kind of chaos mode. Seems like the drop rate's working for me. Ooh, Akari got toasted. I don't know what happens when a character dies. No, looks like they're fine. They just might not come back. Yeah, so each point increases the encounter rate by 0.5%. I think the one problem with increasing the encounter rate does mean that we will get overwhelmed without a proper healer. So be it. Okay, let's go back to her, because she needs gear. Why has she got an axe? I don't know. I don't think I should. I wonder what the lock means. Oh, it means they won't swap it automatically. So magic power, ooh. It does give a little bit of magic power. I mean, this is silly, but sure. We'll give her the axe. Okay, sell those. Sell the greens. I think at this point we should switch to maybe auto-selling commons? No. No, we're not there yet. What about this one? Bronze axe. Does give some barrier regen, which is good, but no. Okay, now I've got 2,700. So what could I do? We have the empty plot. Could build a workshop. We could try this. Access to guild upgrades. I think I have to. Bestiary. Oh. Sick. So because I killed 100 of these, I get 10 melee attack. Kill 100 goblins, we get dagger mastery and agility. That's fun. We don't know about the other ones. What about guild upgrades? So I have 5 points. Guild RP gained after completing quests are increased by 5% per upgrade point. It's okay. Less quest objective to complete? Nah. Gold found during dungeons is increased. Max life increased. Or max barrier increased. Increased sell prices. Experience bonus increased. Magic find. Drop rate for materials, chests, more dungeon experience. Adventurers in the tavern have their top 6 skills increased by 2 points. Let's see. Chance for reward 2 for monster hunting. I wonder if we have more rank E quests that have popped up, actually. Drop rate for map items. Magic find for legendaries. Life regen can now be gained during combat for all members of your guild. Ooh. One life and barrier restored for each step taken in the dungeon per upgrade point for the entire party. So that's actually extremely good. Racial perks go up. Yeah, so do we want to go for the magic find? Or do we want to go for first aid training? I think I'm going to go here. Let's go for first aid just for the sustain. Not that it matters over much here. Party success is pretty close to done. And how we feeling? The utility loadout. Well, we don't have any yet. Onwards! And back to Picross. Now this is gameplay. I joke. I very much love this kind of workflow. I was slightly struggling with like, yeah, what do I do with myself today? It's not like a super common problem for me, but like there's enough days where I'm just like, ooh. Yeah. There's enough days where I'm lightly... oh, actually, the whole top is cleared. That gives me some nice surety here. Let's see. But yeah, there are definitely some days where I'm just like a little lost on what I want to cover. So much of it boils down to... let's see, lock that off. Actually, the whole bottom is done. So much of it is just due to the fact that, like, the games industry randomly... games randomly will randomly slow down. And I won't have anything really major to cover. And so I often find myself sitting around, like, at the beginning of the day being like, okay, what do I do? Which of these games, do I think people are going to want to watch? And how many of these are kind of like, oh, it's just Slay the Spire again? Not to say that I hate Slay the Spire again, but there's definitely an aspect of, like, been there, done that syndrome. And so weirdly enough, this is actually one of the more compelling games I've played in a while. It's obviously like just full management sim with some idle dungeon crawling in the background that actually makes it really charming. Because I am actually making meaningful decisions here, just not during the moment-to-moment gameplay. It's more about the in-betweens. And I wish there were more games like this. I'm specifically thinking of Swag and Sorcery. I'm thinking of... oh, shoot. Dragon's Cliff. There are other games where you send your adventurers off like this, but I will say very much that this is one of the more interesting ones I've played in recent memory, just in terms of both its core gameplay loop, the character upgrades, stat min-maxing. I love the fact that using different things scales that stat specifically. Or that ability specifically, and some of those have, like, very noticeable effects. So, for example, Hype Up now has a cooldown of 26 seconds. Ooh, found a purple. Bronze plate. Good stuff. Yeah, so I don't think we want to fight the boss quite yet. We're so close. I'd say maybe, like, one more run. And then we're good to go. But the fact that I have actually a decent amount of, like, nitty-gritty character customization choices to be made here makes this game feel more compelling. There's another game recently that I played that was like supposed to be an MMO raid. Ooh, purple helmet too. It was supposed to be like an MMO raid simulator that was an incremental game, and I just did not find it exciting in the slightest. Holy shit. Actually got slammed there. Okay, and we get out of here. Every once in a while, you just get one real bad encounter. One of you guys is just toast. What does that give me? 0.5%. That's nothing. Okay, guild upgrades. Let's see. So we've completed all of these quests. Still haven't done anything with lances, just because we haven't found any good ones. I did get toasted there. I don't know if these are amazingly good. Oh. Oh yeah, because we never had replaced our light coat. Lantern. Magic defense. Sure. And she doesn't have anything. Okay, back to the market, shop weapons. Sell everything. Yeah, I could buy some stuff, but we're mostly just trying to offload gold and go from there. Alright, anything else? Enter dungeon. Yeah, I think if I were to redo this, I don't know what I would actually do differently. I guess there's a world where I specifically... There is a world where I would specifically just turn it on auto-fight dungeons regardless of whether or not I leave, just to go for level farming. We'll leave that for later. Because I don't think I need to do that anytime soon. I think that's the kind of thing that I would do off camera, is the real answer. And that's locked in. We don't know where those are. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. This is done. Those there. Then that goes across. It would have been easy enough. Okay. And the weird part about this... So... How would I describe this one? Oh, you know what? I think the one thing I wish about this game is that you could actually... automatically jump to floor 3 and just loop floor 3 a couple times, like actually have some more automation options, even more so than the dungeon mastery giving different like percentile bonuses. I actually wish that was something that you got as like every dungeon level gives you 2 things, a perk point for the dungeon you're in and a perk point for like an overall like dungeon master skill tree. And maybe you could mix the Dungeon Master skill tree in to the, you can mix the Dungeon Master skill tree into the, guild skill tree or not. But I don't really find half a point of experience gain to really be that compelling here. However, I wish some of the perks were like, hey, give me a toggle. Like, let me actually buy these here. But give me a toggle that is run away as soon as I run into the boss. Or like as soon as the last encounter is the boss. Because having that as kind of an automatic thing would actually be super lovely for auto farming. And like little perks like that. Another perk that would be great would be like, hey, skip floor 1, skip floor 2, just only do floor 3. Or what are some other good ones? Something that maybe makes it so you lose slightly less items on failure. Little stuff like that I think would actually go a long way at making this feel even better. Okay, we don't have any greens. We have a light tome and a bronze axe. Okay, that's just swapping characters. Really, the book? Tier 1 common, physical defense 2. Rare, magic speed bonus, reduce. I don't know why it's saying less expedition power. Some of that is a little confusing. Okay, so what do we do? So we can upgrade my weapons and armor. Don't really feel like hiring more. Upgrading the storehouse would let me... let's go with upgrade next. Do I have to, like, unequip a sword? Okay, so what can we do with this one? Well, for some reason it's... Okay, there we go. 500 to upgrade it. Well, that's not going to happen. I don't have enough money. We could try and look at Sanguir Castle, just to see if there's anything valuable in here. Success chance is low, though, so no. We do have another point. I'm gonna keep pumping that encounter rate up a little bit. I wonder what a 100% encounter rate would even look like. The idea of it terrifies me. Okay, so what is it going to say about this? I don't know, I like the decision making. But weirdly, and this is going to sound kind of strange considering the fact that, you know, much of the game just involves watching it run. I think it would feel weird if this game was... you would queue up the dungeon and it would just be like, snap of the fingers, dungeon crawl is done. Snap of the fingers, dungeon crawl is done. You know, here's the feedback for how it went. I think I would actually kind of lose that. That if it went that fast, I would actually be kind of too disconnected from the process of what I'm doing. And so the fact that I'm disconnected from a considerable portion of the process makes for a bizarrely compelling experience, because I can kind of let it run, but I can kind of let it play. And then eventually I like check back in and I'm like, okay, where did we die? How are we doing? I think it's really just, I only need to pay attention on floor 3, and even then it's only like mildly. Okay, we know that's a 3. We know that's a 3, which means this is locked off. Means these are there, which means that's done, which means this is done. Which means at this point, actually, that's it. It's a star. Cool. Well, I'm almost done with the beginner Picross levels. I'm a genius. I am so good at Picross. I'm actually, like, reasonably good at it. Some of the, like, more complex levels do get kind of punchy, but Shell and I did a series on a game a long time ago. Long time ago? Feels like a long time ago, called Murder by Numbers. Ooh, yeah, this is fine. And that game involves some, like, pretty tricky... Oh, I went down by 1. It's fine. We don't care about mistakes that deeply. What I get for only partly paying attention. Yeah, I was back in the past for a second. But Murder by Numbers had... It was effectively like Phoenix Wright comboed with Picross, where you were investigating murders using a robot that would take photos of things and then convert it into bad Picross that you'd then have to identify. Which is, of course, insane because it's like, takes a photo. What is it? It's a key. it is just a key or a gun or like a person. And like, it made no sense. It was a complete goof of an experience. Now, did we actually find anything good? Oh, we did. Because I do want to actually start trying to beat the boss. Do we just try it anyway? I'm getting to the point where it would be nice to try it anyway. Yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the video anyway. Let's fight a worm. Well, now what? Oh, that was it. Alright. So we did it. We had a casualty, but only a casualty. Okay, ooh, lantern. Why is this lantern that much better? I do feel like some of the dungeon or expedition power ratings might not be correct here. That is my one worry. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, I'm gonna turn that off. Oh, so yellow is actually, oh, yellow is better. All right, back to town, equipment. Lance tier 1. Ah, because club is T2. That's part of it. Yeah, so I have a quest specifically to get Lance Mastery. I think I'm going to equip it. Even if it's not the most practical. It's got a cotton robe versus a soft robe. Tier 2. 4 defense, 12 magical defense, 6 barrier. Yeah. Really wish I could kind of auto-sell some of these from a distance. Well, I wanted to go back to the workshop, change an equip item. I have to unfortunately unequip my katana before I can upgrade it, which is fine. So what's the next level of katana? I think it does like 1 more damage. Maybe got a little bit better. I wish I had been paying attention. I think the melee delay went down a little bit. I don't think I'm going to upgrade anything. Well, quest-wise, we can go back to accepted quests and turn that in. So we now have access to E+ quests. You hear loud clicks from across the room. A weird-looking Woodkin lady seems to be frantically chittering upon hearing dreadful news from the smaller Woodkin beside them. As you approach to see if they can help you out, the tall Woodkin lady nervously chitters and clicks at you. Judging from the sounds of their mouth, you learn that all their staff at the potion shop have fallen ill and are unable to restock the shelves before the next opening day. You can tell them that you'll send someone to help them out, and the lady shows a sign of relief, in the form of a slow mouth click. Before leaving, you grab the quest slip. As your hand barely brushes against the quest slip, you instantly hear a loud yell from behind you, making you jump. You there! As you turn, your eyes meet an ancient Shellkin samurai. You're unsure of his age, but they've probably lived 5 of your lifetimes at least. Shellkin samurai bows low. My name is Karamitsu. Please send me your greatest warrior that will duel me. I will patiently await their arrival. Slowly turns and walks to the exit, his enormous back shell hiding most of his figure besides the katana at his hip. Pocket the quest slip as slowly as the Shellkin samurai walks. I don't know how we go duel him, but okay. I do actually have 2,000 that I could spend on something. Let's go back to markets. Store for protection needs. The thing is I don't buy anything, generally, so let's get the shop utilities. Okay, back to town equipment. Yeah, so I don't think, well, who knows? Do we go back to the Plain Caves? Because Sangwir Castle, oh yeah, we're not close yet. Utility loadout. 1 or 2. Yeah, the problem is we don't actually have utilities unlocked yet. So can't really do much about it. So how many times can I loop a dungeon? Oh gosh. 50 times. Honestly, it's not fully insane. We're not going to, though. Mainly because this video is functionally done. I'm just gonna throw it on like a ×2 and just let it run. Mostly I wanted to finish this Picross before I'm completely, before I finish the video, just because otherwise, let's see. Otherwise I'm just gonna be having a hangover in my head, and some people are gonna be like, wait, but what about the Picross? Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so overall, impressions on this game, very good. I like it a lot. Ooh. Wait, yes. I like it a lot. I like the character build crafting. I think that has a ton of potential to play around with. The actual simulated dungeon crawling feels very good. I would love to see a manual mode of this game, which sounds silly, but you know, I'm seeing the character just wandering around the map aimlessly. I actually kind of wish it was one of those where the map itself was fully simulated and you could like change tactics on how your characters even explore the dungeon, because I think that would be kind of cool. I recognize the further you get on this, the more like silly it is and the more work it is, but something that actually is like a full-on, full-depth dungeon simulator would be really cool. Purely from the perspective of like, yeah, programming how your characters behave in combat, changing like who's in front, who's in back, having him like cover her so she doesn't have to worry about taking damage. Little stuff like that could go a very long way, making for a really interesting experience. And also, you know, just how do they explore the dungeon? Do they always take right turns? Do they just wander aimlessly? Are they rushing for treasure and skipping monsters? Maybe, maybe not. I guess in retrospect, I think this is fine. I'm just thinking it'd be interesting if you could actually control which direction they turn sometimes, because there's choices and you can kind of set priorities of like, hey, do you always want to go for a treasure chest? Usually yes, but what if it's like buffs or extra fights or something like that? You could kind of change the logic of that. I don't know if anybody would, though. I think it would fall into like a really basic pattern, so maybe the system is totally fine. I'm just wondering, it's like, well, what if this got even more nitty-gritty? Would that be better? Some part of me wants to say yes, another part of me wants to say, maybe not. Probably not. But I had a good time with this one, and I might as well mention that Legends of Dragaea is available, I guess, as a demo. So if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. It is weirdly one of the better dungeon crawlers I've played in a while. Even though the actual like dungeon crawling is kind of on the light side, the character management feels real good. I haven't even gotten around to playing with like extra abilities. I think the only other thing I'd love to see this get would be like a full Final Fantasy Tactics level like class customization system that you can like spec into different classes, not just based on what your stats are and what equipment you have, but like you actually have classes that you gain master experience in, and they teach you like passives and active abilities you can mix and match in there too. Oh, that would be good. But either way, I guess for now, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.